Master. C'est ma chérie, tina ke asema yamu. Enji sano muni, emu aye yo. Enji lova mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. So she walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lofa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat to San to Bakwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Because statement our readiness, we will not give any relevant or any legal statement from the associate justice. The one going to keep you shut and make a statement, we're not giving any relevant to it. Are we ready to vote?
You're ready to let me have a seat. All of the gentlemen. Hold on, the popular. Y'all ready to speak? Y'all ready now? Please have a seat.
Well, indeed. What a way, folks. We're back, and we are back. So what a way to say the pleasant good evening to all of you, our dear cherry listeners and our viewers. Today is Saturday. What kind of Saturday is this? Is it a real Saturday, a normal Saturday, or a business Saturday? Which one of the Saturday is this? Well, I think Saturday for we the sorry for we the drivers. Yeah, man. You know, when the kind of Saturday come, then those of us who can cook uh, our little dry rest, you know, then we cook it right and get ourselves moving. So, folks, again, welcome. Today is Saturday, the 15th of February, and the second month, and the year remains the same, 2025. Indeed, we are into 2025 already. Welcome. 6 minutes down six. That's the turn check. I don't know about you, but from what I said on broadcast, it's 6 minutes past 6 o'clock. So again, welcome. Welcome to the Saturday edition of the SKTV show. And for a matter of fact, we will be with you up to 8 o'clock on tonight. But at 7, as usual, between 7 to 7:15, we're going to activate the line and be able to interact with you so that you too you will also be part of our broadcast, you know. But please, let's share the show, folks. To those of you who watching, Charles Cooper, I guess that you are watching, please share the show, folks. That's the best thing to do. You know, you come on, just give us one little share, comment or like, you know, yeah, that's the thing. Always share the show when you come on. Share the show so that other people will also be able to watch along with you. Yes, because sometimes there are some groups, that you follow or that you follow. You know, by the time you send the link there, most definitely, I don't know, but this thing continue to behave like this. So yeah, so you will see that yes, you will see that the members of that groups they will also follow you. So we're waiting for our team members. Most of our team members will be joining us, but I'm waiting for Steve. So many things happening back home. So many videos coming from the quote look, Liberia, Liberia is the interesting country. So please, let's share the show. Doris Thompson, indeed, let me say a wonderful good evening from our end. I know it's either afternoon or morning to some of you out there, especially out of Liberia or maybe out of Africa. Maybe you're in Asia, you're in Europe, or maybe you're in the US and so forth. You know, yes, maybe in the morning. But for us, yeah, is in the evening. So again, good evening, folks. Please share the show. Give us one share, like, and comment, please. That's all we want from you. To those of you who are watching, and please, if you haven't followed any of our pages of our page, we are also encouraging you to also do that. Check on the internet, check for SKTV-Lib, and most definitely you will see us, and you will also be able just click follow. Don't send any free request, no, or even my own personal page. If you want to interact with me also, if Johnson May Vancouver, you will see me. Just press follow. Or please share the show. Yeah, let's share the show. Steve will be joining us very soon. Mona will be joining us. Lawrence will be joining us. Mustafa Balo, yeah, my good friend and brother. Let me see, is he watching from where? Look, you guys always want to make me to what? To ease my stress, you know, because whenever this kind of thing happen, yes, you know, yeah, you know, that's the right thing to do, yeah. So we have so many things to talk about. We have so many things to the bread and butter. I know there are a lot of you who are always asking us some of the hard questions. Maybe what happening to the bread and butter issues, you know, we're always hearing out of the hardcore, but I think sometime this week that's coming, yeah, we will be able to delve into the bread and butter issue because, you know, the reason why our people go into the elections or to vote is because they want their life to be improved, They want things to go the right way, you know. So I mean, it's all about the bread and butter. You know, even if you build, can still recall, right? Some people were saying during the previous government that even you can build anywhere you want to build, but as long we are hungry. So the bread and butter issue still continue, and we hope and pray that the government of Liberia will also look into that direction because, mind you, there are so many challenges, so many things Liberians are going through. Yeah, you know, I saw one of my sister who heavily supported, you know, the rescue government. She posted and she said that she felt frustrated. You know, she was able to take one of her in-law, you know, to GFK, and unfortunately the person passed off. So she posted and said, "I'm frustrated that our country there is no good health system and so forth." You know, Mhm, mhm. Because when we talk, some of you will say, "Oh, you this and that." You always looking for escape route. You always look for things that will suit your argument. For some of you, you don't care about whether Liberia is developed, whether Liberia get better, whether things are fine. No, you don't care about the person you voted for. So as long as the person you voted for, they are okay, their family are okay, well, for you, it's okay. That's some of you, that's just the kind of people some of you are. So because you voted for that person, so that means that person tie on you. That even when they do wrong, there's no way they can easily tell them that what you're doing is wrong. And we see some of the things. Even in the opposition life, people are not able, or in fact, people are not willing to tell the leaders that what you're doing is wrong. This statement you made was wrong. The other thing you're doing is wrong. No, no, no. But these are same policies that will also bring into leadership or international leadership. Then at the end of the day, things get worse. So continue to support them. Mm-hmm. Some of you who are supporting some of the criminals, some of the people, let me tell you, something that some of you are not still understanding is that somebody steal 1 year of your life. It is 1 year of your life is 10 years of your time that will be eaten by that person. Sometimes we will come here to educate some of you, you get into your feelings. Yeah, 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 yeah. You people here to, oh, no, no. Someone who was poor yesterday, who can pay by credit, who was begging here and there, telling people that y'all please help me or I will win. Trust me, when I win, I will pay you back. Today you make the person millionaire. Are you not still thinking? I hope that some of you will really think into some of these things. But again, let me recognize all of my people. Ali Masale, what's up, Chairman? What's up, Chief? Look, all of you, is not here. Today is Saturday and no more dry rest day for some of us here. Don't mind me. I can steam move. Yeah, I can cook. Yeah, I can cook. So to know that dry rest day for some of us, Emmanuel Gisi answer, right? Yes, indeed. Good evening, Sktv. I'm watching from Painesville City. Keep up the good work for the Liberian people. Indeed, thank you to Emmanuel and Monk. Okay, yeah, Monk, you got to come on, brother. So you see these things that some of us will just passing through these things. Don't get angry when people come to educate you. The main people that are causing chaos for your country today are these people who steal it from you because they feel that they have the authority. You give them the power for them to steal from you, for them to destroy you. So every year, no. They are all thinking about 2029. God be God. You give somebody 6 years to serve you. They haven't go even 3 years yet. But guess what? They are thinking about 2029. All the things they are doing now. Who becomes speaker, who who control budget, who do this one, who on committee, who all the things are supposed to collect money for them to prepare for 2029. Be able to buy you back arrest. So they use the back arrest. And thank you. Happy belated birthday. I was really thinking about you coming on today before we wish you. Maybe we'll play you the birthday song. One of our strong supporter. Yes, indeed. So Mr. Connor will be joining us. Man Joko Wato. Yes, indeed. Thank you. And let me say happy birthday to you, our mom. Happy belated. Yeah, you know the birthday was 2 days ago, right? Yes, indeed. Happy belated birthday to you. Thank you for all you do for Liberia, and thank you for all you do for Sktv. Also, Ma Choco Wato. How I get that last name correct? But I guessed yes, that indeed that's the proper or maybe the right. Not much money or somebody. Oma, you know the old folks. They can, yeah, you know. So happy belated birthday to you, to our strong supporter and follower of Sktv, Man Joko. Yes, indeed. Thank you for all you do for Liberia. Thank you for all you do for Sktv. Indeed, we are proud of you for all of your support. So, and please, just share the show. Yeah, just share the show, people. Those of you that are following. And you can also follow us on the Facebook page. You will see there Sktv-Lib, and most definitely just click on the link and you will follow. Yes, the Sktv-Lib. That is the page there for you to follow. Yeah, share the show, people. Let's share the show. Let me recognize all of you. Yeah, James David. Say hi, guys, watching from William Barrow or New Jersey. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. And okay, Mata Gay, yes. Thank you. happy Saturday. You know, but Wednesday. Some of us we can still anyway. Yeah, so she's watching also from Grand Rips. Yes, indeed. Thank you for watching. And to all of you who are also watching the Sktv and following us, please share the show this evening. Share the show, and yeah, we're here to do the Liberian work. Yeah. Thank you, my brother Aliu. Yeah, indeed, Aliu Masale. You know, you people are the one that even getting our backbone. You know, it's not easy, but through you people prayers, little support, and everything. Today we are here, and we move very strong. I mean, sometimes people can be asking how we manage it, but we are managing because let me tell you. Some of you that just insult some of us. All the time messages can be sending me sometimes when I look at some of the time messages, I just laugh. You know, because sometimes when Father God lead them, you know, that I can say now. Because that first I usually be getting like, let me respond to some of you, but this time I look at it, I say, Father God, forgive them because they don't know what they do. Because some of you, you are blind. You are blind. So if I follow you too, then that means we all will be doing the same thing and become blind people working and no one to educate, maybe or so on. So as long as my eyes are open, I will educate you. So you can insult me, you can say this. Some of you call it better than whether what your own interpretation. You just accusing journalists every time, you just accusing media people every time, and you don't even support the media politicians. You don't even support us. But what you do is you just say, we're giving you information, educating you. You come, you text, you insult us, he this and that. Okay, do with this and that. Thank God. That is saying this and that today that we're breaking Joseph Yeman Wakai. He waking up from his sleep. Let me tell some of you. He think about some of the people that are thinking, oh, yeah, you think that because of that, Joseph Boga will not even be shaking. But because you feel that, there are people who are talking. You feel that, yes, indeed, there are people who are talking. So I have to listen. You sit down. Thank you, my brother Maurice Dollar. Yeah, thank you, Maurice, for joining us. Mom will be joining us very, very soon. Mom will be joining us. Mom is certainly behind the scene, even though Mom go for soccer and Mom compulsory league for how to play. But look, the guy. Let me see the video. They said that who confessed today. I'm looking for the thank you. The videos over here. It is somebody confess. That country interesting. I love bro. Somebody confess. Oh, gee. Mom, when you ready, let me bring you on. I see you like you are still setting up, but let me see what I can bring you on.
Bring me
And
up.
maybe you
I'm
want to.
starting up here, but hold on.
Okay.
You know, I can be my soul bush before I come. That's why I can.
Yeah. All right, no problem. So when you're ready, then you just let me know. All right. So Monk is setting up. Yeah, so folks, that the kind of thing, that the kind of control people can confess on you. Well, Monk, my brother, good evening and welcome to the Saturday edition. I know you were
Yeah, it's the
somewhere.
weekend.
I have to put you.
It's the weekend. I don't know whether we hit our target yesterday because Mr. Connor made an urgent plea for some business we're supposed to handle. I keep telling our folks we got to keep the lights on the Sktv. If you want us to keep coming here, then you must show your support. I mean, just for the operating cost for Sktv. I don't know whether he hit that target. I didn't get update from him yesterday, even though I wasn't on, but I was just giving reminding people to check our offering basket on Friday. For me, I don't like to talk about money, even though I'm the one charged with that responsibility to keep reminding our folks. But I like it when we talk about it 1 or 2 times instead of talking about it all the time, taking it to Saturday and then going to Sunday. And I don't like to burden people on the issue of money, but we must do it anyway, whether we like it or not. It's not about how you feel like, it's about doing what you need to do. So that's it, maybe. I was observing all the Valentine Day celebration and all the festivity from Liberian, most especially because yes, in my time it's cold, man. I don't do that much when it's cold. Maybe the most I would do white soccer game, read a lot of books, sit here all day and get monitor things. I think I saw people and you were posting, you were giving play-by-play description of things happening like rather. Yeah, you guys got a lot of activities as compared to some of us. We don't do that much. Maybe if you live in the Western world, I would say maybe travel to see families and relatives on major holidays. I would say something like wedding, maybe barbecue. Once in a while, you go to a soccer match, like sports event, but we don't do too much here. If you look at it, the number of hours we put in for work and money-making activity as opposed to social activity, no, you don't do much in America. America is kind of a bore a little bit because people must pay their bills here. I'm not saying you can't have fun, but your fun here is limited, unlike Liberia and most African countries, where the cost of living is very low. People just want to merry and party most of the time. I can see people going to club on a Tuesday night in Africa. Like, wow, the second day of the week.
Monday, yeah, Liberia government official.
Yeah, it tells you that we are living in 2 separate societies. Matter of fact, Sunday night, yeah, people start worrying they want to go home early. Even if they were to attend a meeting or some family function, they'd be like, oh, we got to go, tomorrow work. We got to go to work early in the morning. Some people wake up as early as 5 a.m. So it tells you that the two distinct societies when it comes to living and the living expense and responsibility. So, but you guys can ball 24/7, 7 days a week. That's just how it is.
Probably again with you. They don't want to take on the prof here. I can make carry straight to the prof. Okay, it was for Nina. Well, anyway, the prof is here and Lawrence is also here. Yes, indeed, Steve. I guess that you enjoy the Valentine also because you are socially active.
Don't bring that fully net to me. And I don't know what yeah, don't bring that to me, bro. Yeah, I don't fully net, bro. I told you I'm not part of that thing. I don't subscribe to that thing. I don't believe in that thing. It's a waste of time, waste of resources, energy, and everything. It's counterproductive. Let me put it that way. It's counterproductive. It's useless. Those who want to do it at your business, I could care less. We will never did it with that. Yeah, let me hear with that. Last let me a more.
See where we saw you behind the scene. Maybe only that man. Sorry, man. The man facing thing. Do you about leader to see? Now I tell you, crane. Tell you, pay to them there.
No, brother, you know what I mean? Lead that world. You know what I mean? I'm not inside that foolishness. It's a waste of time, brother.
They say, you know what the women will say? They say our life is very boring. Nigga, you boring, man. I'm like, yeah.
But guess what, Mom? Our life boring, but guess what? We don't have to be worried about baby shower in November. Because I didn't have to worry about it.
What makes your life even to be more boring?
My man Reliance said, let's see what he went.
Yeah, like you ask a question, let me answer now. You ask me, let me ask you.
That's been boring, right? We are not worried about 4 children, child support for different moms.
Exactly.
You're boring people, man. No, you're
I'm not worried about waking up in the morning, anybody causing me or fighting me or get attitude because I never send money for Valentine or I never pay your hair meals. I don't care about all of that. So what is you? I live in it's free. I woke up that morning, I watched my 2 games. I watched Manchester City game, I turn around, watch Real Madrid game. And my prayer was answered because I was praying for Real Madrid to either lose or for them to draw, and they drew.
I see why our sister Nigeria running down here. Money you're talking, so you're boring for true.
I mean, you'll be fine, man.
No, I have to Steve. You know, borrow more. Steve is not going to for Steve.
They make a car. That don't lead that team. They make a portal of each game. At least here.
Maybe I don't usually do that, but let me just get you a play-by-play description of my day every day, right? When I wake up from bed, 5 a.m., Monday through Friday, the first thing I do, I go to the gym. I go run a little bit, get my adrenaline running. When I come back, get my little picking ready for school, except I get maybe hospital appointment, maybe 3 a.m. I will work on like maybe 3 to 4, check the market first, check the screen, check the charts, to see if I can get my little $1 or $2 and hustle. And then after that, when I get back, once my picking is off to school, then I get ready for my regular research, reading, doing all that crap. Then when you send me that link, then I start getting ready for the show. Other than that, I watch a couple of screens here. That's why you see me. I don't like to be I feel on screen. There will be more of a distraction there or help to the show. So I prefer operating behind the scene. And other than that, maybe I call Steve in the evening, Yato. I will see your brother Melvin Dishi with some of the people that can be putting on the show. Then on the weekend, I go hang out with my boys, maybe watch a couple of games like this morning. Steve myself, I think our lifestyle almost the same. We watch our games on the weekend, enjoy ourselves, maybe visit 1 or 2 persons. That's about it.
Maybe you see left, maybe. Check the result, brother. Depending on you.
They are not giving attention to our sisters. I see why.
We sister now. Come put out another. Yeah, what are you telling me? Let me add one question. Let me add one question. So, Saint Valentine is over now, officially. Does that mean that you guys show love or anything to the people that are with now?
Yeah, he's not show affection after the day.
The next year, February?
No, that will not go to August Valentine because Mom make, if I'm Mom explain some of the happening down there. And I think because you are prof when it comes to the kind of social interaction and so forth, I want you to give an unfair analysis. From what Mom just explained, tell us what the time there for our sister or for our sisters. Is there any time? No,
first of all, there is no sister. I got time for myself. You know what I mean? I won't let to live my brother. Why die? I mean, the age I in now, so be passing around wasting time. Look, you know, maybe I don't be wasting my time. It's about me. What are you talking? My life, my food. What are you talking? You'll be at the small, my brother. But you know what?
Man, baby, on the Digo that you say.
The man won't know the time to calculate this stuff. What we said, are you talking about?
Yeah, but Monk, here's the thing. Even if somebody is in a relationship or they're married or whatever it is, right? You see, this is where we the men we get carried when we die before our times. My man, your life matters. I will tell you the truth. You must take care of yourself. You do the thing that will make you happy too. There is nothing you can do to make any woman happy. I told you before, the people wake up in the morning, they get vexed. In fact, any woman you get in your life, you got 3 or 4 different women in your life. You got one of them, when they're seeing the period, their attitude is different. When they get from on it, their attitude is different. When they in out of feelings, their attitude is different. And then you get another one who is very cool, calm, and collective. So you can't predict which one you will get at what time. You wake up from bed. When somebody just there with you, they just get attitude with you. That same person is security for you. They won't be checking your phone. They won't tell you when to come home. They won't tell you, even you're watching TV, say it must be the show that they won't watch. Look, how do you think you will live long? My brother, you're not ready yet. So I look at it for long. I want my TV and enjoy myself. I don't care. I don't worry about all that extra activity there. I mean, listen, more. And what I got in. When people, you want interpret the way you want to interpret, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But let me say this. I take myself to the movie. I treat myself. I go play checker, eat my roasted meat. I hang out. I don't even have time for that thing. Who so tell me I'm looking at someone boy will tell me they can't home, they can't sleep. Something gotta be wrong with you. Go sleep. Why gotta be you guys sleep? I don't care if you. I mean, when you put it in perspective, you know, let me just be honest with you, put it in perspective. Because again, I will say there is nothing you can do to please women. Stop wasting your time. Stop thinking that you can satisfy them. No, you cannot. And the more you give into that, the less likely you will die early on from pressure, from worry, from stress, and all the other things. When you ask them what they do, you know what they tell you? You benefit from them. You ain't ready yet. Benefit what thing?
Maybe you want to hear my perspective? And maybe concerning what they talk about your sister first of all, I talked to someone that's not even closer to me, right? Maybe low distance. I don't have the time when it comes to dating here because for the past 3 years, my situation been complex, and I don't have time to give to a woman right now. So to make my life very easy, I don't even bother with it. Maybe hi, go to occasion, hang out with my guys just for the fun. You know, you got to socialize. Socializing, it increase your, how they call it cool your mental tension as well. You go out, your wife circle, get the way Steve and Stick with always eating their meat, they gather. Those things help you a lot. Like, I don't have the time, so I don't do it. But even if I would get into one, like Steve said, my job would be to play my role as a man. My primary objective will not be to please someone, but I know I have a responsibility because relationship like an institution. When you go to a job, they give you roles and responsibility. That's the same way with man and woman. The wife got her role, the man has his role to play. If I can play my role and do the best I can in my capacity as a man, I think that's my responsibility. But this whole issue of pleasing everybody, where the society is built in a way that nothing benefits the men. No, I don't think I got to be a non-conformist when it comes to that. But the day I get into a relationship, the things that I'm supposed to do for my wife or my girlfriend, I will make sure I do them effectively. But anything outside the ordinary that is set by societal expectation, wherein all the pressure is placed on me, no, I don't think I can live that life anymore because I'm not willing to die anytime soon. And Steve said it right. I think that's one of the things he and myself agree on. I will play my role. I will do my part as a man. Like you got a wife, right? You got a role that you must play, but you cannot go beyond what you are capable of doing. And that's one of the problems I have with social media. I believe social media will cause more destruction when it comes to people's personal and social life than it might help doing. Because when you are constantly on social media, like you are seeking attention, you are seeking validation, you are living by other people's rules and expectations. So at the end of the day, it will put more pressure on you to do what other people are doing because that's the norm, that's the standard. Like, let me tell you something. One of my homeboy, right? I told him this, and he said, "Mom, what are you talking about?" I said, "Bro, when you get into a new relationship, it's a good thing for a woman to post you on social media. I don't have a problem with that. But when that post start getting more than usual, you know what she's doing literally? She said, what do you mean?" I said, she's trying to prove a point to her ex. I mean, my girlfriend can post me on social media, whether we go to an occasion or not. But when you are posting me like announcing couple and giving breaking news every 5 minutes of the day, then that's not love right there. That's trying to prove a point to some of her people in the past. And the same thing goes for men. Some men will use their girlfriend trying to impress the one that they broke up with. So when you see your girlfriend constantly posting you 4, 5, 6 times a day, no, that's not love, my brother. She's just trying to prove a point that she can make it with the other person, that the person that she broke up with. So that's just why it is. But that's how life is. For me, I say I'm writing a book. Maybe by this summertime, get a little downloadable version, how to pick up high quality men. I want to give my sister the playbook, how to get some of the best guys in society. Because you know the reason I want to do that, Melvin? No. I'm not a woman. I can't speak for women. But I have hung out with a lot of old people. I have read a lot of material. I look at my own life and other people's life in terms of the physical experience. I think I know one or two about men and how men operate, because we don't operate like women. Women do things differently than us. So I know I would just give my 21-point bullet point playbook If you want to get a good guy, how to get him, because men are very simple in nature. If you know how to play the men's game, you can get any guy like in the heartbeat. So that would be my summer project, maybe. I'm just telling you ahead of time.
More before we pivot to the politics, you got no Melbourne passing around, a Melbourne Brown in social media and picture beneath.
No, I even wanted to even do follow-up question, but go ahead.
No, go with the follow-up question, please. Go with the question.
So the follow-up question I want to ask you and more. Thank God that you're going a little bit deeper into these things. Most of the time, you will notice that our women, they complain that we don't give them time. They complain that sometimes we go to work, we don't go in time. They complain about time. Is that the right thing to do, or are they stressing the men, or the lack of security? What are all the dramas from?
More go for it when you finish out of me. That means that my voice is not letting yell. They can be very mute. More get that?
Question, is there one? Sorry, I think I missed the last portion of it.
I'm asking as to most of our women, they cry for time. They are saying that if I would not give them attention, I mean, that's the time. So, and in many cases, they will be asking you back to back, why you coming this time? Why are you not coming home in time? What this, what that, and so forth. So I'm asking you and the other Steve as to, are these things hefty for men? Are these things pressuring men? Or are these one of the things that sometimes make relationships to split, or maybe for people to go their own separate ways?
Well, when you say giving them time, it's relative because individual got different standards. So I don't think the time will be uniform. It won't be the same. But as a man, it all depends what's the definition of time. Because you must work, right? You are expected to provide for the family. You got to work more than the woman. I'm not saying in all cases, but in most of the cases, the expectation is on you for you to provide, for you to be successful, for you to break above the norm. So when you're talking about giving a woman a time, the question is, what is that definition of time, and what time of the day are you talking about? Because when you come from work and you are all beat up, you go and hustle out there, you got to rest. You need anywhere between 6 to 8 hours of decent or good sleep without interruption. How many hours will be left in the day for you to give to a woman? And what would be your woman's definition of time? Because as far as I'm concerned, you must stay on the same roof and we are doing things in common. That's time. Or maybe some women consider time like going to a movie, going out to certain social function. But the question is, how many times can you do that? I don't know. So it all depends with the individual and what would be your definition of a time. Like I said, maybe the only thing in the relationship comes down to mutual understanding and respect. That's it. Because if you got respect for each other, you will know how to set your boundary. And if you can set your boundary, then there will be less confusion, right? Because you know your role. Like I said, a relationship is like going to a professional job. You got roles and responsibility. There are things that a man's supposed to do, and there are roles and things that the woman's supposed to execute as well. If you guys can understand your role and responsibility, trust me, I'm not saying the relationship is going to be perfect, but you won't have too much of a scrimmage going on between the man and the wife. That's why. So it all depends your definition of time. That's how I would see it. But I won't say time is relative. No, I don't think so.
Well, Melbourne, like Monk said, the issue of time. I mean, there's not enough time you can give to any woman. Let me put it that way. Let me put it in simple. Let me let it talk in simple. Monk let it be diplomatic and refund, and he let it put it in the other way. Me, I can talk it straight, and I can talk it wrong. You can't get no woman no time. Because let me tell you something, if you're left with these women, they want even the breath that you are breathing, they want to control it. If they had the opportunity before you go to the bathroom, you might ask them for permission to go there. Oh, you don't know that? They won't be the woman in your life. They won't be your mom. They won't be your sister. They won't be your best friend. They won't be your wife. They won't be your security. They won't be your protector. They won't be your pa. They won't be, look. Your entire life, my surroundings should be about everything about this. So no man can get any woman enough time. You got to draw the lines. You got to set boundaries. You got to make sure that you're having clear communication with them. As to you yourself, your life matter. Can you imagine you go into your men and play to go play check or to eat roasted meat or something like that, and somebody making noise in your ear and murmuring? You know what that foolishness means? Do you know what I mean? You know what it means? Sometimes they even tell them relationship been low, you to say that trouble somebody take. That even when you are with them, you got no freedom of your own. Let me get an announcement today. even when you are married to someone, they are still entitled to their privacy and their confidentiality. Let me tell you today, you don't know. There were people that are emulating that you won't see your see. Let me tell you something. Those people get their own time. They got a time for themselves. Human being, we need that. And like Monk said, we are social beings. We need to be able to socialize. For example, go hang out with your friend there. Don't tell me I'm follow you to go hang out with your friend there. That insecurity. Can you imagine the woman going hang out with her friend there? Then she tell, I can see some of these men passing around holding woman bear. You rarely see you ever two. You funny man. You holding a bear behind a woman. And you're going to sit down somewhere, the woman and her friend there. Then you might as well become funny man. Can't be funny man now. Can you imagine? You behind a woman and you holding her bear behind her. You think about this. Go think about it. What sense does it make to tell you that woman has no interest in protecting your dignity as a man? The woman telling you holding the bear behind the woman, and it tells you that the one thing that's embarrassing is you go somewhere, you become a cameraman. Everywhere you go, you might be taking pictures for her. Cut that foolishness out. That camera ball you get behind you. That security you get behind you. That's the man in your life. Showing some respect. I see some of you are taking a big joke. You're taking a big joke. The women have made some of you to be camera men. You are camera men. You are security for them. You go somewhere, you gotta hold a bear and hold my purse, and you got the purse behind it to moo. You passing behind it. You know, see what? In laughing.
They saw that topic. I won't be surprised. They don't do a delivery because you man this guy, right?
Don't leave him on. Leave him on, Steve. Steve, police situation.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and if I'm more to you and our Lord, see, John nailed it with his last comment when he said, people have their life to live. Let me be frank. That's how my wife and myself, how look. She have, well, if I die today, God will ask her about my life? No. Or when God forbid when she die, God going to ask me about her life? No. Everybody going to maybe answer questions on the life they live. So our relationship time.
Maybe you carry the people out to go eat. They make you to be a camera ball. And I see pictures that you taking the one, put it on Facebook, other places to look for different men attention there.
You brother.
You say yourself a failure. You're a loser. I say you are a loser, my brother. She want camera man. Let her go over different person. You not camera man.
Yeah, I will take the picture.
You take the picture, camera man. Oh, okay. Maybe not a new camera man in the town. Hello, Mr. Camera man. You camera man now. You ready yet? You're not ready yet. That's why I see picture the one send a different man in the main inbox. So
now that charge you went through, and I mean, you know, my young man.
You'll be fine.
Some people
but Steve, don't have your friend inside. But man, don't have your friend inside the weekend, man.
I get plenty of my inbox telling me I'm gonna leave it alone to beg me. So let me see.
So what did the picture stick? I would take the picture. Someone
hello, cameraman, hold on. Who not cameraman who talk? Cameraman, hold on, we're not taking picture yet. You're not taking picture.
Yeah. Now you're getting my point why I said Mel wants to stay away from Steve, right? Because Mel, I say that on the show. I won't be surprised if Mel want to go outside. Because he
Mel put it
yeah.
Mel won't put it in situation he can't handle.
No,
you want my Steve.
Let me say the one. The other one back, I'm going to bring serious noise. Let me say the one. They want monk. And I want you to go research it when they want to bring serious noise. Do you know majority of them make all their women that put on their face for Maga?
I didn't know that, but it's not impossible from the chemical.
My brother, for Maga. I'm telling you the thing about me. So Melbourne, who is a cameraman, can be taking from Maga picture and be passing around with it. Like I say it. Okay, from Maga, be passing around.
Yeah, but I can like it.
Who can put from Maga picture? Who they can use for Maga? How? Eh?
You make it like the picture. You can comment on the picture.
Who?
You.
You not see what man, man. You not see me come up on Maga picture there.
Or you can come on the picture.
Mama, leave that story about. You leave that one. I scared. I got the quality of the day. Ready.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
My man, cameraman.
Y'all got anything for politics? I mean, on a weekend after the Valentine, come on. Y'all got something? I know. Y'all keep me up to date.
Monk, there is big politics. There is big politics. We're going to transition because if we man Melbourne today, who is the newer cameraman in town, you know.
Yeah.
They got some people say, I'll see you again.
I just protecting people. I don't want to get in trouble. That's it.
My man, the women everybody fell with me today.
Me, I beg ball. I won't be beg ball. No problem.
Okay, cameraman, let's move on.
Yeah, somebody here, you are commenting on my page of the face here.
Oh yeah, patient Selman.
Yeah, but you know exactly.
Well, Steve, for that is out. You for that is out, Steve. For that is out.
No food there. I comment on the food.
They been trying to face it. They been trying to face it beyond the scene. Put it on the Ichigi.
Oh, no. I don't do that. No.
No. When you comment too much, what can happen? You begin to leg and all.
No.
What happened here, Mountain? What's going on in Liberia? Melbourne, give us an update. Are you the one grand?
No, but Melbourne, let's get to the politics. Let's get to the politics. Because before we get to Liberia, let's get to the politics in America. Because I know Monk won't skip that part. But we can skip Donald Trump level of ineptitude.
I want to talk too much today.
Confusion. No, man. We got to talk about everything. We can skip Donald Trump's ineptitude, confusion, discombobulation. Wow. Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He and Elon Musk, they don't know what they're doing. No, they don't know what they're doing. They're just creating confusion all over. To the point that a couple of people from the Justice Department had to resign. That fake news. Serial-minded professionals. Let me say this. You might take this to be joke or whatever it is. But the steps and the things Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing, if care is not taken and the necessary checkpoints are not erected, this guy will destroy the fabric of this country from a political standpoint. He will become an authoritarian. He will become a dictator in this country, and it will be a serious problem in this country. It will be a serious problem. But I'm glad there are some people that are standing up to him and Elon Musk. I'm glad so. I'm glad that he's passing around, firing people, just doing a bunch of foolishness that don't make any sense. That does not make any sense. How do you hire a guy to be the FBI director who are openly said this is what he would do, this is what he would do on day one? Look, it's problematic, it's destructive, it's look, I don't understand. Even people who voted for him are regretting why they got to vote for him. But again, politics, elections, they have consequences. And that's just it. Morgan denied that Donald Trump is incompetent, inept, and basically he's a fool. Sorry to say he is. He does not know what he's doing. He does not know what he's doing. And you know what I appreciate in this time? The scene where I appreciate how Joseph Boakai is dealing with Liberian people. I agree. When we're telling our people not to vote for this man, that he's a calamity, he's a problem. The things that he said he was going to change up until 1998. Air prices gone up. Milk gone up. The prices gone up. Rent prices gone up. And he said, I think we're going to change effectively when he takes power. We told her that it was all lies. Here we are today. The same thing with Joseph Boakai. When we used to say this thing about Joseph Boakai, you say, we agree. So guess what? Me, in as much I will point out they're wrong, but it is sweet for voters. Those who voted these people, it's sweet for you. Those of you who went in the dirty water to get Joseph Boakai the main president, it's sweet for you too. So either way you put it, me, I agree with you. But me, I will put it in your faces and I will call it out for what it is.
Steve, you want to tell your audience what happened at the Justice Department?
What happened at the Justice Department? They told the Justice Department to drop the case against the mayor in New York. What was the reasoning behind it? What was the reasoning? Because they claim we're in an investigation. They claim that he has not even gone to court to plead his case. The government has evidences against him of corruption, of taking money and doing other corrupt activity. Guess what? Donald Trump told his Justice Department to drop the case against him. What was the reason? Because they claim this guy spoke against the Joe Biden administration. That's why they got him there. But let them go to the court. Let him educate the case. They said no, they can't go to the court. But guess what Donald Trump did? To tell you that Donald Trump said he's criminally minded, guess what he did? They dropping the case with privileges. What that means, in other words, from a court term, means anytime if he doesn't fall in line with them or their agenda, they will reopen the case against him. So right now, you know what? They got rope on his neck. And that rope that is on his neck means he must do what they say.
Are you serious?
Yes. What did they drop the case on? Without privileges or with privileges? Is it a lie?
When the Biden administration brought charges against the city mayor of New York.
They did, and they have evidences to prove it. Say again.
Criminal charges against the city mayor of New York.
Yes, Eric Adams. Yes.
When they did it. What was the crime that he committed before they could bring charges against him?
Well,
if you can remember, before Trump even became president.
Well, for using his office, not only to coerce or to gain money from foreign powers or foreign entities, he traveled a couple of times. The receipts were provided. Isn't that true? So that's corrupt.
That was not the main reason.
No, that was the reason.
Criminal charges against him when he blew the whistle on the New York governor of spending taxpayer money on illegal immigration. You know, I will just skip this topic because I think all American politics are a waste of time. I don't like to go in detail. So you can just say what you want. We'll just skip on to get the Liberian politics. I don't want to go there.
Okay, let's get to Liberian politics.
I don't like to do American politics because at least I think it's just a waste of time.
Okay, no problem. We'll skip it, but all I know is Donald Trump is incompetent, inept. He ain't saying criminally minded. He is not a serious man. He is
creating. That's why he keep winning the election. Maybe the American people love criminal.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's the choice.
With the independent the only president in history that won every single swing state, that beat his opponent mercilessly, that increased vote in all 50 states. It was not in real contest. Maybe that's why the people like him for. They love criminals.
Yes, he won election. Yes, he won election. That is a fact, and I can agree to that. That he won election. That's true. Even black people can win election.
He didn't just win. Winning a different thing. He won in a way that it was not in real contest. Whether it was a popular vote, whether it was all the swing states, whether it was increasing a vote in all 50 states in America, whether he went to Kamala Harris' own state and flipped 10 counties in her own state, it was not in real contest. So that's what I'm saying. He didn't just win. He beat her in a way that they were not on the same level. It was not in real contest. That's the difference.
So but he won. And at the end of the day, he won. That is the most important thing. At the end of the day, he won, right? But at the end of the day,
he didn't do it once. He did it twice. The first time he did it, he set the record of all president history. Nobody got their number of votes. That was the first time. So the American people, I know that independent can decide elections in the country and they can weigh the issue. So I don't argue about it. It's a waste of time. You're telling me that people regret that they voted for Trump. How can a man who is still naming his cabinet member will be regret, but you guys don't joke up that was president for that couldn't pass a cognitive test that never submitted to one, that cannot even remember things that he did, and you think that people regret it. That's why they told you on CNN. So that's why you bring it. I don't know.
CNN, man. I don't even watch news.
Bro.
Okay, why he closed the Associated Press most recently? Because he said he was going to go after all the press that went after him. Why he closing the Associated Press and other people? My man, like we said, midterms elections are coming. All of these people who voted against him, the regrets, it will reflect in the midterm election. It will reflect in the midterm elections.
American opposite party in midterm election.
No. My man, leave out story, man. Don't be political. Don't flip the switch back. But I'll get the Liberian politics so that we have enough time to talk about the Liberian politics. Folks, thank you so much. Melbourne, I know you played that video, but I want to say something quick about the Liberian politics. On the show, we told the Liberian people, Joseph Yuma Boakai, President Joseph Yuma Boakai, Jeremiah Kun, Vice President Jeremiah Kun, are the ones. Both of them enabled this noise in the legislature, and this noise is not going away. They sponsor this noise. We told you. They brought this calamity on the Liberian people. And this is the problem that we are having in the country. Everything was done by them. They brought on Kun. And I'm not here to talk for Fanatic Kofa. Like I said from day one, me personally, I could care less about Fanatic Kofa. He's not important in this situation. What's important is the disrespect of the rule of law and so forth. It's the president, the sitting president, and vice president, and administration who has been in power for a year and a couple of months. The first agenda is to destroy the legislature, to create confusion, which led to the burning of the legislature. And y'all think we're going to forget about it and talk about Joseph Boakai and suspend the person, let the party in the right direction. Joseph Boakai has never been in the right direction. He will not be in any right direction. He does not have what it takes to be in right direction because he himself has refused to do what is right in his life. And that is troubling. And you said a lie. You've been saying we lie on the show. Joseph Boakai don't know anything about it. And nobody, Jeremiah Kun don't know anything about it. And the people just went and they don't know anything about it. And you said a lie. And we told you that group a representative and a rebel then. They came to destabilize. And we told you, okay. Maybe I wrote a tape. Let me hear from your funny face. Speak up.
All in the federal county trying to push the president agenda. The red agenda must be fulfilled. Now we said that the opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today I'm the regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Ireland, 100% supporting the excellent President Liberian. No speaker from the opposition will provide us. So we as Liberians sat and saw the difficult of the agenda and rest of proceeding.
Monk, I don't know if you heard that thing clearly, or maybe.
No, I'm really. I'm trying to get the context in which he's speaking. Anyway, I don't know what occasion it was, what the main topic he was discussing about. I'm listening to him, but I can't make sense of what he's trying to say. Like, who was he referring to, and the whole foundation of that particular argument, I have no idea.
No, but can you roll it one more time? Let's hear it one more time. Then we'll provide context.
Yeah, let hear it again because I'm still struggling to make sense of what he's saying.
Yes, even myself, still struggle, or in fact, I'm still struggling to also understand. But let me see how best to get it for the second time. Yes, I'm trying to do it now. Let me see. All right, because okay. All right. Yep. Yes. So I don't know which occasion is this. I'm asking, but again, I think.
Yeah, just roll it back. Maybe the second time we'll get it.
Yeah.
In the federal county, trying to push the president agenda. The red agenda must be fulfilled. Now we said that the opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker.
On the thing struggle.
And the regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Ireland.
Steve, you want us to do it bit by bit? Steve?
Yeah, I think he's not hearing you though, but I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, so Mark, I don't know what. Let me see again. I don't know whether you get something from the beginning. You hear anything good?
Roll it again. I think it's a short video, so you can roll it one more time. Maybe because I got some part of it. I just tried to make sense of the entire thing.
I will not be able to tour the country, or will not be. Let me hear the.
Maybe it's not on there. Can you?
The speaker will not push our agenda. All in the federal county, trying to push the president agenda. The red
an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, I'm the regime speaker. The speaker of the Republic of Ireland, 100% supporting His Excellency President Liberian. No speaker from the opposition will promote us. So we, as Liberians, sat and saw the people of the agenda and rest of proceeding.
Well, there you have it. I don't know what are you guys, but I think we got to look for the original video instead of just the cut and see as to whether we can get something a little clearer. But I think I think one of the things that I got from that entire video from that speech is that he said that regime speaker. I don't know whether I get that correct, but I think what he's saying that I'm regime speaker. Thank God.
Is that regime or redeem speaker? Because of how it came across for me.
Regime.
Okay, regime.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's the regime speaker, at least. So he support the president 100% because why? He's the regime speaker. So you're going to be in the arm of the president to support the president 100%. I think that one for me, that one I got from the entire video. Well, from the beginning part, I don't know what he was trying to say that whether people are campaigning in the various counties or what. I'm getting that too clear. So basically, from what he said, let me borrow Akara's great word because it seemed like Akara can speak with us saying basically. But let me use that word for a second. What he was saying is, and Monk, just for context, today I think he was having a rally or stuff in his district with his constituencies in his district. I did see the announcement that he was going to do that today. The point he was making was they went from county to county, quote unquote, telling people that they couldn't have an opposition speaker to lead the House of Representatives because they wanted their own speaker to work with Joseph Yuman Boakai. So basically, that was the reason why they worked together to remove Fanati Kofa. It was not because he did anything wrong. that he said talking home. It was not because he did anything wrong, but because they couldn't have an opposition speaker. So that was the goal. They couldn't have an opposition speaker. That's what he said. So he's incriminating Joseph Boakai. He's incriminating the Unity Party. He's incriminating Jeremiah Kun because Jeremiah Kun is a Unity Party member now as we speak. So he's indicting everyone. This is a problem. I don't know what say you, but let's hear from you.
Well, for me, I think you said it right from what I heard, even though I don't do sound bites, especially when I don't know the main idea. But you said it right. There was a statement I listened to because Maybon just clarified. He said he's the regime speaker. So his explanation is we don't go by the legitimate speaker, we go by the regime that is in power. Because for him, he thinks the opposition want to sabotage the president's agenda because they are looking at 2029. That's what he literally saying from what I listened to. That they want to shift the agenda and they will be there to push the president agenda in all counties. So he is the regime speaker and they got the numbers now to keep the president, to keep the president agenda going. Rather, whether we agree, that's why I keep saying on this show. On paper, Fanati Kofa is the legitimate speaker. When it comes to the operation, he will be the speaker for the fact that he got the numbers to do government business. That I understand. But when you start talking about the regime speaker, then like you said, it's almost like you're indicting yourself. It's like implicating yourself. But that's now an indictment you will get from a court anyway because he knows exactly what he's saying. That's why he's able to make such a statement because nobody will take in the court and say, oh, just because you say you are the regime speaker, so you will be facing criminal or civil penalty. But that's exactly what it was. And I told you from the beginning or anyone on the show, it's a political game. It's all about politics. They got a legal aspect, the constitutional aspect. That's why he fought Fanati Kofa, the constitutional speaker. But for him, he is the regime speaker because he believes he got his support. He got all the tools and resources at his disposal to push the president's agenda. and he won't allow Fanatic Kofa to determine the agenda or the rescue agenda. That's exactly what he said. But that's like, bro, for you, my brother, that's all we can say.
So Mom, before I go to Melbourne and welcome Mona, to the show, and then Lawrence, and eventually we'll circle back to see if we can get to the lines here. Let's go back to something that's key here. This man is admitting that the constitutional speaker, the country runs on constitution. It doesn't run on politics or political party. So he is admitting, nobody forcing to say this thing, he is admitting that because the constitutional speaker could not, according to him, quote unquote, push the agenda or was not willing to push the agenda, which can be argued because the first budget they presented, Fanatic Kofa signed that budget. Yes, the budget passed. There were no opposition. In fact, some of us spoke against Fanatic Kofa for this. But not only that, we saw Fanatic Kofa defending and to some seditions, they stood up and they called out Fanatic Kofa for doing that. Fanatic Kofa defended Joseph Human Boakar's move and monies that were allocated or whatever it is when he came to Philadelphia. But not only that, we saw them seeing Fanatic Kofa hanging with Joseph Human Boakar to go to see the Pope. Basically, Fanatic Kofa was in line with them. But according to him, Fanatic Kofa is the constitutional speaker. Monk, what does that say to you that they ignored the Constitution, disrupted the Constitution, downplayed the Constitution, only because this man is not part of the political party and it got to be the political party's will? Is that the new trend that we are seeing here going forward? Because we could also say the same thing for CDC, right? But I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that now. Let's focus on what's happening now. What say you, Monk?
Well, for me, from the initial start of this whole thing, for me, I hate crying over spilled milk, and I hate repeating myself. The one thing that I know when it comes to the speakership, I said there is a standard all over the world, even though it looks illegitimate. There are certain things that are considered illegitimate, but they are not illegal. That's one thing that I learned in this country. Because my understanding was nobody becomes speaker by constitution. Your colleagues support you, you get the number, but the constitution recognizes that speaker. That's the difference. Because a speaker is not a speaker. People voted for a lawmaker who own colleagues come together to make them speaker. That's how the whole speakership works. So there is nothing in the constitution that say, oh, constitutional speaker. Yeah, but the constitution recognizes legitimate speaker based on the number of support he gathered from his colleagues. That's the thing. Richard Conan, that's why I said I'm pissed off Fanatic Kofa than anyone in recent memory, because Fanatic Kofa is not only a lawyer, he also a politician. And for me, I knew from the beginning he was making a rookie mistake. Because the one thing that I learned that from the former speaker in America, they called John Boehner. John Boehner said when a speaker wakes up from bed every morning, the very first thing he does before brushing his teeth is to call a whip. You know, they get someone they call a whip. That the man who counting all the people that are in line behind you. Because the moment you lose your number, that speakership is gone. And they don't use constitution to remove speaker. That one thing that I learned in America, John Boehner became victim, how they call it, Kevin McCarthy became victim. That's just a simple parliamentary procedure. So, in as much as it looked illegal, and people were considered to be illegal, look, if those guys were not depending on loopholes in the law, they won't make that kind of a move. But they're not the first time happening. And the second reason that government best with Fanatic than anybody, Fanatic Kofa know that 2 other individuals became victims of the same move. That's why I keep saying, if our guys are interested in putting this nonsense to an end, they know exactly what to do. That particular loophole in the Constitution and in their own standing rules and order, to compel lawmakers to come back under the gavel of the speaker, they will try to fix it so that 5 years from now, or 2 years from now, or a year from now. And you know one thing, when the rule of law caucus started, I have problem with them. But you know what? I'm for the rule of law caucus right now, because I'm hoping that they use this same precedent to go after Richard Cohn. And it's just a numbers game. The last time I checked, I think it was a 28 or 29. So Chairman Billity and his crew, they might as well rally to get up to 37 or 38. Maybe the day they read that note. Because why would you want to keep removing speaker when you know the loophole that was created to remove speaker, you can fix it? Why are they not trying to fix it? Because the one thing I said on the show, I said because they know they will use it again. because they know the Constitution will not provide a remedy. That's why you see the Supreme Court always, you know, there was one holocaust guy, it was George Gbese, right? Maybe in recent time, I think he was in San Nicolas attending one occasion and he gave the reason why they never attended the State of the Nation address.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
At the
indeed.
end of the day, at the end of the day, he still get the same answer that they never wanted to be seen as interfering in legislative matter. Even though they still recognize Fanatic Kofa as a legitimate speaker. But you know how he ended his statement? He doesn't have the numbers to conduct government business. So in his war, both Fanatic Kofa and Rachel Kuhn, at certain point in time, both of them are illegitimate. Because one person cannot do government job, but yet he's recognized, and the other guy who is not recognized have the number to conduct business. That's where the conundrum is. And until our lawmakers can get serious, that's why I'm praying for Richard Kuhn to get a taste of his own medicine, and it's just a matter of time. Steve, you can mark my word today, archive the particular day, February 15, that the same precedent they used to remove Fanatic Kofa, Richard Kuhn will get a taste. It's just a matter of when, not if that will happen. Because they are not trying to fix that particular loophole that they keep exploiting all the time. And I still maintain my position. That's why he's saying it. There will be no consequences. He got a backing of the executive. And don't forget, United Party control the Senate. That's where the problem is too. Not only in the lower house, they got more support. It's a cartel. They have more support in the upper house than even in the lower house. That's why he said the regime speaker. So he said, telling you that they are the one that control everything. They won't sit there for Fanatic Kofa and the minority or the opposition to set the agenda, because everything is about 2029. Who gets more money in the budget, who office receive more allocation, and who's going to change the narrative by accumulating enough capital to use it for 2029. That's why this fight is all about 2029. Yeah.
Okay. Let's welcome Mona. Mona, what say you, and welcome to the show. How was
Thank you very much, Steve. I'm okay. How you guys doing? Well, for me, the whole speakers, I knew that's not going to happen because President Bouaka would not feel comfortable working with opposition speaker. So for that, once that happened, I'm not sure where they were going, because they are decent thing to be doing that. They don't want to be out, and having our opposition speaker there will bring some problems. So that's just it, because they both want their own speaker.
Okay. Lawrence, let's hear from you, and then we'll go to Milburn.
Steve, United Party put a foot in a mall. 2029 ain't going nowhere with the whole thing they're doing around here. So the removing of Fanatic Kofa, the thing started ever since. You can't talking to people, oh, the bank and law, the bank and law. So that lead thing. That was it. 2029, they put a foot in a mall. They can't go anywhere, Steve. Rest and show. The whole thing they're doing around here, that vla. That vla thing, they all around with that speaker thing. That I may go rest about it. The former president second recognize it in power, right? He called free law. Then you go rest about it, man.
Okay.
The former president, architect for the speaker removal.
Well, let's hear from Milburn. Milburn, what say you?
Well, so again, let me say thanks to all of you for your comments and your side of the story, especially when it comes to the impasse on the Capitol Hill, especially from the lower house. And I listened very carefully, and I grabbed a few things from all of you. But again, someone just said that even at the upper house, indeed, the regime seriously control the upper house, which of course someone will say, well, when they play the game well, and it's not a bad thing to do. But again, we'll be looking at accountability. No wonder why we are living, or in fact, no wonder why things are moving the way things are moving, because the people that we voted for, who's supposed to do the check and balance, are the one sinking presses, are the one controlling even the they call it executive, and downing and wanting with executive, even though the constitution, they say that they shouldn't work together, but at certain level, you have to be like, you have to do something for your people so that they can know that, yes, we voted for this person, not because of that. So let's go back to Rachel Nagbe-Kun. You know, let me be frank, and let me say this to those of you who are following this video and this show. Steve, Monk, Lawrence, and that of Muna. Richard Nagbekon has to be very, very careful. Likewise with Fode Famulers, James Kohler, and all of them. Everything you're doing, you feel that you're doing it just because you want to support the regime. People take 6 years like it's everlasting. Sometimes I wonder as to, is that power or what really going on? So if the government or executive branch of government headed by the president not careful with this speaker impasse or with the entire situation, Steve and Monk and Muna, that would just be one of the sticky issues with the government. Even President Bwaka, like, he can do whatsoever thing you want to do, but you can't have error in your arrest agenda. You have error as rule of law, and you are disrespecting. You don't even care about the constitution. Someone coming up calling themselves, we are the regime speaker. Okay, so you have the constitutional speaker and you have the regime speaker. That's the kind of example are you going to show to the next generation? I think we are in a very troubling time. And I think President Joseph Yima Bwaka had to stand up, put his feet down, and be able to have the issues resolved. Because, mind you, the minority bloc, they are saying that they're not going to work with them anymore. And believe me or not, when they don't work with these people for the next even 1, 2, 3 months, or even 1 week, or even 2 weeks, 2, 3 weeks, that means we are heading for a serious crisis, no matter what to do.
Okay. I heard a couple of you saying that the Unity Party is in control of the Senate, which I will have to agree. But from what we are getting, it seemed more like this is going to change. And let me say why I say this. The Liberty Party most recently told the world and everyone else after the convention in reconciliation that the agreement with the Unity Party for the 2023 elections, which brought the Unity Party to power or winning the elections, has ended. That's something to take into consideration. I know Monk will chime in here really quick. That's one thing, but we want to see the action of Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence going forward now. So that means, in other words, she's no longer a regime collaborator. So we are watching to see the next move. But not only that, there is no budget to pass. So this issue of coming to concurrent or agreement is not around anymore until maybe next year when they're trying to pass the new budget, right? So could this be a game changer? And also, we are getting unconfirmed information that there is a plan to remove Kun. We're not going into details here, but there's a plan to remove Kun, and he will be removed. So he has to either resign, which will cause much better than Bishi in Labura, or he will be removed disgracefully. As evidenced by that, the rule of law caucus have said they're not going to sit on a gavel. Monk, putting all of these things in perspective, does that mean that we're ready for another showdown? Does that mean that we're going to see another set of noise on the Joseph Yuma Bwaka regime for the next few months until they come to the time for budget again? What say you?
That's the kind of showdown you keep expecting moving forward, because the system was created to keep manufacturing showdown. That's just why it is. That's why they cannot close that loophole, like I told you. For me, the reason why I never took aside from the beginning of this thing was, if the shoe had been on the other foot, you would have gotten the same result. Let me tell you, Donnie, Steve, there's any time in life you want money. The reason people can chase money because we believe that money can solve most of our problem. But the people that already have money, that one thing they need power. Power is more powerful than money, because you can use power to get money, but you cannot use money to get power. Maybe you can have influence on politics, but just because you have money ain't necessarily mean that you got power. That's why people always fight for power, because with power you can do a lot of damages. And that's exactly what you see happen. That's why I keep telling you guys, the people who are crying, oh, they think it's on Kun. I say, why you guys are crying? Rachel Kun will get a taste. Look, that human being you are dealing with the same lawmaker. If they can go to Rachel Kun today and give him the number to conduct business, it means somebody else can come and persuade him for them to swing on the other side of the pendulum. So why are you worrying? It's the same players they get on two sides of the field. They on both flanks. And I know, I can bet you, I don't know what the rule of law Coco got in place, but with the number they are operating on, the kind of a stance they are making, it's more than likely that they can sway certain lawmakers to come to themselves and give them that same power that Richard couldn't believe he has today to get that same power. So why? Just sit and enjoy the game. That politics, at the end of the day, the dust will settle where it is. Because the guys who are playing that game, trust me, they know exactly what they are doing. Steve, you cannot be a victim of a single problem for almost 12 years, dating back to the day of Erin Snow. Why you think they want to say that? Because they are all the same players. The other side is only crying wolf because now they are not on the receiving end. But if you do the opposite, they will do exactly the same old thing. So I'm not here. The only thing I will keep telling you, of all the other speakers, I hold Fanatikova to a higher extent, just because of his background, the nature of politics, being a lawyer, understand how the constitution works versus the politics. For him to sit there and become a victim of something that two other speakers experienced, I thought that he was too careless. That's one thing. Fanatikova from the initial stage, the reason speakers all around the world, we said it on Sktv, the reason speakers resign because they understand there is no point in fighting. The moment they end up losing the numbers to conduct business, that's the end of them. That's why they don't waste the time going to Supreme Court, going to Civil Court to get someone to respond. No, it's a waste of time. You know what? And most of the time when speakers resign, they don't even go back to the house. They just go and live their private life. Because when you become the third man in command, to go back to being a regular lawmaker, no. Most of them say it's a waste of time. Let me just go and invest my money or look for some kind of endeavor to engage my time into. That's what happens to most speakers. So we told them, don't delay this thing. If you believe you cannot get the number, then just let it go, because you will never get any redress from the Supreme Court. But the one thing that I can guarantee you, the same fate that Fanatikova experienced, Richard Cohn will get a double dose of that same medicine. That's the only thing I can promise you for now. Because those same people that you're depending on, money can change hands, power can change hands. That rule of law, Coco, keep your eyes on them, because I know they will do another damage to the Richard Cohn. I don't know how they will do it, but I guarantee you, in the long run, Richard Cohn will get a taste of his own medicine. That's the only thing I can guarantee you right now. Yep.
So let me ask this question to Muna really quick. Muna, if we go back to this thing, hauling and pulling and halu palu, what does it say about the image of Liberia in terms of governance under Jose Human Boakai?
There are serious problems. If this continue, then we'll be a serious problems. Then I think we'll be going back to where we came from. We're not prepared for that. But if we continue like this, then we are not on the right path in this government.
Okay.
Yeah.
The same question goes to Lawrence. Lawrence, can anybody take us seriously, or can any government, any investor, any group of people that want to make any investment take us seriously?
Steve, let North will continue on the Joseph Bogata finish 2029, getting 2029. Let North will not continue, not finish Jena. They did an start, so it will not finish Jena, brother. That leave it will not finish. On the 2029, no investment, okay, brother. Would you be a big cry? Who cry, won't cry.
Yeah, but in as much as I want to take another twist as I bring in Melbourne, and maybe Mark will chime in on this, I don't want to take another twist on this. But what does that say if Jeremiah wants to run 2029, knowing that they quote-unquote destabilize the country, starting from the legislature, from the House, which they've shown their hands, and it's been, for all indication, admitted by even Kuhn himself, that Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn and Joseph Boakai were implicated into this. How does this picture look like for Jeremiah Kuhn? Because mind you, Melbourne, I want to take this into consideration before answering this. Mind you, CDC problem. CDC noise started, not from the 16 billion. CDC real noise and attention started when they decided to remove Cabinet Jani. The 16 billion was still a big question because the noise was between they and Unity Party. That the money came in during Unity Party time and all of this extra things. So CDC were putting blame on Unity Party, that one. But the clear confirmation wherein they started attacking the Constitution, the rule of law, was, I would always like to remind the Liberian people, again, Thomas Fowler and former Representative Akaras Gray brought this noise to the CDC, and President George Weah was fully aware of it as well, from what we've gotten allegedly, about a plan to remove a sitting justice only because of political, quote-unquote, political reason, or because of his dissent. What say you with this image and this thing that is dragging on to the second year of Joseph Yuma Boakai?
So to that, I think we are on a very wrong path. And let me be frank, that the president has to be careful. Like my brother Lovey said, if this continue up to 2029, there'll be a serious embarrassment for the rescue team or for the rescue government, no matter what they do. Because look, Steve, you just said everything. Cabinet Janet issue. Let me tell you, that's why sometimes when we say these things, they say, CDC, they look for their own downfall. And you're right. That's just exact the point. CDC has nothing to do with Cabinet Janet. Cabinet Janet was not into CDC way. You just coming into governance. You just coming into government. You just took over. You start to fight people. Like 6 years who end. So CDC was like back to back. Today, where is CDC? They are now shifting blames, holding each other, holding and pulling. And today, we got back to the same thing. Those who was crying yesterday for Cabinet Janet, I say, oh, they were wrong. CDC, we were for Cabinet, we were for Cabinet because of you. We were for against you to vote for rescue government because you were not respecting the rule of law. Today, where are we? We back to square one. So, my brother, if the president not careful, like I was saying even yesterday or maybe one other time, the president had to give room for the unity party. And some of you who are unity party officials or maybe quote are listening, this issue of Rachel Nangbe Kong, the speakership, will have a serious implications. And the issue, if you continue like this, and that one, the opposition like, no, Steve, opposition, they are happy that this thing is just continue this way because they know that in fact there will still be more fights. They want a job man of fights, but there'll be more fights. And they were going to lose. It is the rescue government or the unity party led government. So my brother, that's it.
Thank you. Let me welcome Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Yes, good to have you on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, quickly before I bring you in, I wanted for Monk to chime in this question. I'll ask you the same question here. Monk, let's look at it from politics outside of Liberia, the local politics or whatever it is. We've already seen a president from another country refusing to even acknowledge Richard Kong. What does that say about other countries and other serious-minded leaders or other investors looking at this impasse? The potential of it happening again is very huge. And then also continue to drag. Does it mean that Joseph Yuma Boakai and the Unity Party committed similar sin that CDC committed? So that means their sentence is already up for 2029 and there is no hope for them?
Well, for me, the one thing I know from my little time I've been on this planet when I was there politics, the one thing that I know, they get something called political capital. When a president comes to power, they come with an agenda that they want to accomplish. So the way how they govern in the first term, they try to lay the marker for people to give them that trust to re-elect them. When a president comes with ulterior motive, the way how he will govern, you can tell. That's why you see there is a stark contrast between Madam Sali's first 6 years versus her second year or second term in office. Joseph Boakai, people talk about Unity Party, but you think Joseph Boakai is interested in Unity Party maintaining power when he leaves the stage? You think that's his priority? No. Joseph Boakai understands that no matter what, there is no political capital there to leave on the table for him. He will not become affected. Anything that happens, he will not be impacted in the long run. So for that reason, he could care less. People will complain, oh, the president is a talk. The president is acting like this. But at the end of the day, Joseph Boakai knows he will not be on the ballot in 2029. And he won't worry whether Unity Party maintain power or not. All right, he will pretend like, but I don't think it will be a priority for him. The difference between Cabinet Janet and why it's happening, you see, there are two things we got that serve as a cushion in society when everything else fails. We got two systems we look up to. The justice system, one, and its last option is the military. When everything else fails in the country, the last thing look up to the military to come and bring some kind of a sense of stability and come. In the case of Cabinet Janet, Georgia and his crew wanted to reshape the court. They wanted that political power. That's why I keep telling you, all around the world, there are certain norms and protocols that are observed all over the world. The reason Supreme Court justices don't interfere with legislative matter is because the lawmakers are the only group with the authority to impeach even a Supreme Court justice. A Supreme Court justice cannot impeach a lawmaker. A president cannot impeach a lawmaker, but a lawmakers can impeach both Supreme Court justices, even up to the president. So whenever there is an internal conflict among lawmakers, the Supreme Court will stay away as far as possible. That's just standard operating procedure. Even in the great United States, that's just how it works. So the cabinet general case is a whole different thing. Like I said, the Unity Party and CDC, there will never be a better outcome because it's like anything one group can do, we can do better. So for the president, I'm not a fan of the president. I will never be a fan of the president. But I just know that when it comes to a political price to pay, Joseph Boakai has nothing to lose in this fight. That's why he's operating in such a manner. Steve, I bet you, if Joseph Boakai had become president, let's say 12 years ago, or young Joseph Boakai, or more vibrant Joseph Boakai, he would have governed differently as opposed to what you are saying now. For Joseph Boakai, he's like a buffet. He's just taking what he can to go. He's not looking at the long-term future. He's not looking at the implication coming from the international community, whether people are playing by the rule of law. No, Joseph Boakai is just doing what he needs to do until he can walk out of office because there is no political price to pay for him in this fight. And that's why I keep saying whatever, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Then let's bring Mr. Kane in there. Also, Mr. Kane, what say you on I'm not sure if you got a question you would like for me to repeat myself.
You can repeat the question.
Okay, but I want to ask you two questions in one. I want to ask you two questions in one. Mr. Kane, the rule of law group have said that they're not going to sit on a Speaker Kofa, quote unquote. They're not going to do that anymore. Does that mean that we're going to continue with this noise for the remainder of Joseph Yoman Boakai's presidency? But then on the flip side, looking at 2029, what does it say about Jeremiah Kuhn, who might more likely be heading the party? Because we've seen that strategic meetings are held on a farm now. The other time they said they went to the legislative strategic meeting to a farm. Well, they came from a farm. We see nothing change or whatever it is. What say you? What is it really?
So, for me, I'm looking at it from different perspectives because the video circulating in the social media, wherein the illegal speaker is, talking about how they conspired, how Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kuhn all conspired, to remove the legitimate speaker.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a surprise. I think we said this before. Down with our numbers.
Mm-hmm.
We told people that Joseph Boakai was aware Jeremiah Kuhn was the ringleader, and it was with the acquiescence of the president. And the executive supported those renegade groups, throughout. So it is not a surprise that now he has exposed what happened behind the scene. But what is really important is that one of the justices of the Supreme Court did what Supreme Court failed to have done in the past. And we said it. We said it over here, we said on the show over and again. We told everybody that the delay, the problem, the confusion, it was created by the Supreme Court by leaving the belief that everybody is right or nobody is wrong or everybody, you are all wrong. That's not the way. They interpreted the law, but they left a lot of vacuum for people interpretation. Everybody interpreted their own way. Mm-hmm. And Joseph Boakai government interpreted the way they wanted to, because this is a clique. And working with those rescue people in the Senate, they use the same reason because Supreme Court was not emphatic enough to tell the people exactly what was going on. That's what created the problem. You know what gave life to the rule of law caucus now? The Supreme Court, one of the justices of the Supreme Court coming out and be very clear as to where they are, where they stand, and what it means. So, right now, for Mon to say he doesn't think that Joseph Boakai has anything to lose in terms of political capital, for me, I believe Joseph Boakai has everything to lose. Losing should not be measured about what happened in 2029. What will happen before we get to 2029? This situation can make the country ungovernable for Joseph Jima Boakai.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. Because those guys, the reason why they slowed down, the reason why they felt that they had nothing to fight for, to fight about, was the fact that the Supreme Court left the whole thing hanging, and Joseph Boakai, they have the power to interpret the way they want to interpret it. But now that they have the Supreme Court backing, trust me, their supporters, their constituencies, they are going to stand up for themselves. They're going to make that country ungovernable for Joseph Jima Boakai. If I were Joseph Jima Boakai, the best thing I can do at this point, in order to save myself from headache and to allow the country to move forward, at least to be able to govern in peace, is to make sure let Richard Kun, that position they gave him, let him resign. He's not a speaker. That's one. Number two, let also Financial Cover understand that the fact they don't have the number to have a quorum to conduct the business of the country, he too should see reason to step aside. And to do that, Financial Cover should remain the speaker. He can resign gracefully and organize. He should be the one organize an election. The fact that Joseph Jima Boakai and the so-called majority, they say they got the majority, they shouldn't have problem because they already have the majority. So they shouldn't have problem going through the legal means to have an open, flow, a level playing field, wherein everybody can campaign to their colleagues, reach out to whatever they want to do, whoever want to run for the position. You have how many days? You have a whole, a whole year or so, or maybe 20 days, or whatever that is, from the day the position is vacant. So now what it can do, both of them, Richard Kun is now off speaker. Financial Cover should resign and organize. He should be the one to resign or organize an election within the House of Representatives for the speakership. That can solve the problem. The majority of people can come and vote their majority. They want to vote for Peter, they want to vote for Paul. That guy who doesn't even know how to talk, who doesn't know the left hand, the right hand, which one to put out to take off, he go make that one speaker simply because you want to use him. So that's fine. They can put that guy there. Whether the left hand and the right hand, the difference between the left and right, we don't know. But they can put him there because they have the vote. With regards to what you said about Jeremiah Kun saying the right thing on the world. Liberian people are rejecting whatever they plan to do. The first thing Jeremiah Kun thought he could have done and see some level of success was to illegally remove Financial Cover, get the speakership so they can get all the money they want. In the next 5 years, he can accumulate enough money that he can use for themselves 2029. But Mo will have been right if the people then they were going to just agree and just go and allow them to run the government, run the country the way they're doing it right now, then yes, the Baka had nothing to run, nothing to lose. But the fact that don't matter now, they're saying they're right and they're being backed by the Supreme Court. Also by the public, remember, the public, Liberian people, both in the diaspora and in the country, they are with the law. That's the fact. You have few people who are rescue people, who are rescue members, who are rescue, you know, whatever name they call themselves. They will always support Joseph Boakai side no matter what. But they are not in majority. The entire country. Check all the media outlets. Everybody saying Richard Kun is illegal. He's not the speaker. The international community, they don't recognize him. Rescue people that recognize him. So that means they're not going to function. But it will get serious, Steve. It will get to a point where the Liberian people themselves, they'll put them over there, all the senators there, they get their constituencies. When they are serious, they will protest. They will make that place ungovernable for them. Protesting to go stand and make some noise, not throwing stone, not breaking windshields or not, you know, doing anything to other people is your right, is your fundamental right. So they will make that country ungovernable for Joseph Boakai and the people. The easiest thing they will do to remedy that problem is to call for a new election in the House of Representatives because Fanatic Kofa will resign and he wants to resign gracefully because they got to talk about his exit in one of the communication.
Right.
You know, how he wanted to gracefully leave. So why don't you just let them to do that and just go through the process if you got the number? That means they are lying, they have the number. They got no number. It was all made up number. It was all fake. It was all lies and deception. Fool people to get their signature. And then even though they said they want a signature by, they said, no, you already get it. Give it. So that's what I can say.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kane. We'll try to go to the line. Monk, anything you want to add? We'll go to the lines real quick. So
you see the scenario circle gate, that's why make it compound complex even with the Supreme Court. That's why some of us will read the Supreme Court rule like, you know what? When you are called as an adult to take a role and you try to walk on your toes, you are just sending the wrong signal. It almost like the same situation that happened at the LDA. You gotta set the situation where two individuals cannot be right at the same time and they cannot be wrong at the same time. But because you want to play politics, you fire both of them. But anyone with a common sense knew that someone should have been the victim and one person should have stayed. It's the same thing that the Supreme Court did. People cannot come to you for solution and you throw a red meat to them. No, they will interpret it the way how they choose to interpret it. And that's exactly what happened. Now, if you create a scenario to say, okay, let Fanatic Kofa resign, then it's almost like you're giving Richard Kun some kind of a legitimate say. Because if Fanatic Kofa is right, if the law is behind him, why is he trying to resign? That's why from the initial say, I said Fanatic Kofa, once you end up losing the number of your colleagues and you can no longer call for a quorum, don't waste your time. Just resign.
To a point. Just let me just make this point. We are not saying Fanatic Kofa should resign while Richard Kun is there as illegal speaker. No. Richard Kun is nothing. He's a nobody. He's just a regular person. Fanatic Kofa is a speaker. All of them should go under Fanatic Kofa's gabble. Let Fanatic Kofa gracefully resign. But the reason why he's resigning is because he doesn't have the number to conduct business. That's the only reason why he's resigning. He's not resigning because of the illegal work done by those people. But the fact that they don't have the number, and Fanatic Kofa does not have the number to establish or go around for business, that's the reason why he's going to call the House of Representatives, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I don't have the number, I'm going to resign and I'm going to organize election within the required date set for by our law or rules or the constitution, and you can go ahead. Richard Kun is a nobody. Is nothing. He should even discuss. He's nothing. Nothing was done. What is not done legally is not done at all. I just want to make that clarification more.
No, the reason I say that because the kind of scenario that you're giving, and that's why I believe it would never happen. The reason Richard Kun wanted to wrestle power for Fanatic Kofa is not about legitimacy or about power. So why would Richard Kun get his wish only for him to come and resign? That would never happen. He would not. Because Rachel Kuhn could care less about how many international leaders come to Liberia recognizing as speaker. All they want to do is to control government activity by having power so that Bouaga and his government is in control. That's why he called himself the regime speaker. He could care less about legitimacy. So if we are saying Fanatic Kofa should resign, they only play more to the advantage of Rachel Kuhn, because for Rachel Kuhn, he's not interested in legitimacy. If Rachel Kuhn wanted legitimacy, they were going to look for 49 lawmakers to remove Speaker Kofa. But all he knew he wanted, once I can get 42 or 43, I can scrape him off his power, because for us, we only want power and control. That's his primary concern. So why should he get it now and then come up and turn over by saying, I want to resign? No, that would never happen. So I don't know. There is no outlet in this whole situation.
More quickly, before we go to the line, before we open the line, start taking calls, I just want to point it out to our viewers and our listeners that these guys are conflicting and confusing themselves. If you say you are removing this speaker only because you want the agenda of Joseph Yuma Bouaga and Unity Party to be accomplished, which they will need international support or whatever it is, then why not do the right thing? If you do things that will push international partners, acknowledging on record, on tape, where it can be played to international partners and serious-minded people who sort of help invest in Liberia to ensure that the agenda of Joseph Yuma Bouaga is achieved. If you come and say you remove the constitutional speaker unconstitutionally, and you say you want Joseph Yuma Bouaga's agenda to be achieved, then you are saying to the international partner, in other words, that you will do unconstitutional things. Which,
but Steve, no, that's the scenario that I just laid. That's the price Joseph Yuma Bouaga is willing to pay at the expense of gaining power. He could care less about international community. Why do you think there is a stark contrast between Maransali and Joseph Bouaga? Maransali wanted to appease the West. When it comes to she the West, she the darling of the West, she got the most support. Everything Maransali does, he wants to make sure it's in line with international community standard. For Joseph Bouaga, no, that's not what he cares about. He wants to run the show that they are in control. They control every level of government, and that's just what he got. So, my brother, we can cry all we want, but that's the price Joseph Bouaga is willing to pay at the expense of the country when it comes to international partner. He could care less. Nothing to lose.
Thank you. Mabel, let's go to the line, please, if we can take a few calls, please.
All right. So the numbers, the call is 0770-203125. That's the number to call. Will be part of the SKTV show this evening. With nearly 30 minutes climbing up to 8 o'clock. Let me move straight to our first caller. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, Mabel, and let me say good evening to the panelists.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is David King, and I do join you from Aspen-Lieutenant President this evening. You see, Honorable Yaka Korban said this thing. That people did not listen to him. People say Yaka in a usual move. But I believe Yaka. Before the entire impasse started, in Ghana, he made a revelation on one of your sister radio. And people say, people like Clara Gaki on the show, they say, Yaka was lying. And today, here we are. All right? So, Jeremiah Kuhn all along, we knew that he was behind this thing. And people say, oh, Jeremiah Kuhn, the president, So, you see where we are now. And I will tell you, Bridget Kuhn do not care about anything. All Bridget Kuhn cares about, he wants to steal the Liberian people money. This is the reason why he took the budget, the speaker budget from 1.9 million to 5.8 million. It is all about stealing. They say it's not about legitimacy. It is not about helping the Liberian people. It is about the people what they can put in their pocket. Bridget Kuhn building a house now. You're building a house. Just to show people time. So
all right.
About benefiting us.
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Please, 1 minute. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
All right, so this is Sherry. And of course, I'm Sherry, but I'm Sherry. I know you want this Sherry to respect the public. Let me appreciate you guys for the topic on that discussion. As my brother said, you know the party people are full in their box. That's just it. They are eating that show already.
Oh.
They are eating that show. It's unfortunate. This is why now the illegal figure is coming out to confess, to say the reality. We make money on this one. We make money. He's coming out to say the truth. This is the reason why they don't want to go back. This is the reason.
All right. All right. We are looking at them to this caller. Good evening. Hello? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is somebody mother calling from Socio-economic. Yeah, I just want to provide some clarity regarding to what Mom was saying. We listen to the after speaker position is going to last and I'm going to encourage that. So what I want to say is that look at yesterday back at the city, Moderado County, you see that the dwellers of the city currently 90% of people who you see in the city, they are angry of what is unfolding at the capital building. That one aspect there. Two, you see the insincerity now of governmental officials when it comes to how the budget making center come about, how people work, and then the full of charging and economy, how difficult it is. People entirely complaining and they are holding the responsibility of what the current government, the president, as well as the vice president, with that particular figure in that state. If we see across the country now, counties and districts are hearing protest against what they have. That also leading the COVID to do security. So, maybe I think so I think it's done. Now, one person is
All right, thank you. Even though your line coming a little bit that kind of away, but to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Major, and your co-host.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear. Your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, this is the big castle across from under the street light in Washington. Thank you guys for the fascinating discussion this evening. You know, Richard Cook calling himself to be a regime speaker, I think that is an admission that is not recognized by the international community and even most of the stakeholders in the Liberian society. So you realize that the end you are rejected by any greater Afro-Sudanese and the other international partners, even Malawi that came, did not recognize Richard Cook. So you realize that only use of one kind of complying in this particular country as a speaker. That's why you say it's a legit speaker. And definitely, only use of one kind can form Richard Cook as a speaker. Richard Cook is not a speaker. And that's why you see what these guys need to realize. And that's how we told people that Joseph Walker is a free historic politician. No voting is as dear that Joseph Walker and his guys are bringing in this particular. And I'm going to say that's going to work. It's not working well with them. We are educated and intellectually inclined.
All right, thank you so much. To this caller, good evening, please. 1 minute. Other Liberians want to talk too. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening. Calling from the Pujo Island. Thank you for the show. I mean, to criticize, but our brother and the group are criticizing. I think they must stand back for 12 years. Let's be very frank. The group are criticizing. The 12 years, they will create a.
Hello?
They say 12 years.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, are you happy with the speakership? We're discussing speakership. We're not talking about numbers, please. So, go ahead. Okay. So, this caller, good evening. Let's go to what we're discussing. When election time comes, now when you like and vote. Yeah, go ahead. We're not getting too clear, though. We don't get. All right. So this caller, good evening. Hello. Well, keep a calls coming. We'll take a few more calls and cross over to our panelists to be able to close us on the platform this Saturday evening. Keep a calls coming. 0770-203-125. To this caller, good evening. Yes, my dear, go ahead. Your name and for where you join us.
Thank you. Well, this is for the Prince School again. So, I think let me agree with some of your analysis that is statement from Justice Base have given the minority bloc that strength to fight and fight beyond all, to fight with all their strength. So this is why some of us said that the Supreme Court itself did not do well on the initial stage when the case went before them. There were 6 counts for which Fanadikova have prayed the Supreme Court. None of those counts were addressed today. To listen to Justice Bexey when he went during the court opening in Nima, for him to have even said, I mean, he defined in his own word the meaning of ultra virus. But where were you people yesterday? Why did you people did not come up? Why you people did not come up with a definite answer to the problem today? So you think if anything occurred now, even the office that have been taken from Fanadikova, so you think at the full bell of the Supreme Court your name won't be mentioned? So there is no need today that he going to go interpret when Fanadikova even wrote them for a bill of information to come and interpret after the justice minister have come and quote unquote interpret in favor of the majority. Where was he today, Councillor Justice Bexey? Why you couldn't come up and say there's the rule?
All right.
To tell us what is essential.
All right. Thank you so much, my dear brother. I'll tell you go 1 minute 30 seconds. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Brother Ibrahim. I do join you from District 14.
Yeah, quickly go ahead.
Thank you, my brother. Nobody should say the justice ministry is what are giving the minority plus the strength. If the justice ministry was only being the one to give them that strength, from the past 3 months, they were being tired by this time. We fought them tirelessly, we fought the government tirelessly without money. We all what they did in the house there. I want to assure you that Joseph Baka, whether he will not gain anything in the future or gain something in the future, apart from concern, Joseph Baka will go unpunished in Liberia for what he did to Liberian people. Even a generation to come will feel the weight of Liberians for what he did to Liberia by molesting our country parliament down to 0%, making our parliament to come down. If you really thoroughly check up, Joseph Baka here is in the burning down of our parliament. And we will not stop giving help. Help is coming upon us. And not only with the physical people, God in spirit will surely punish as well for what he did.
All right. So this caller will be our last caller. Cross over to the team. We got to go. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother.
Yes, Chief. Go ahead.
Well, Joseph Bexey make it very, very clear that the both sides was illegal. People make it very clear. I don't know what the public, what people are missing the public. It was very clear. People make it very clear. There's any ABC student who understand that what Joseph Bexey said, she never supported the minority or leader majority. She said over there they don't have the legal right. They were clear. So let's stop misleading the people, please.
All right. Thank you. I don't know who misleading people now. I don't know.
Yeah,
but,
but I'm misleading the people.
Quickly, guys, I have a caller. Let me give him just 30 seconds. Quick, he been on the line for almost, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Yeah, Steve, thank you very much, man. Good afternoon, guys. This is D.A. calling from the United States. New Jersey. Listen, Steve, great topic, right? You know, look, Liberia is disintegrated into a pariah state already. This is the government that is ruling by the rule of market. I don't know whether they are forgetting that. Just by the rule of market. By the error of market victory. You lead a country between 40,000 to 17,000 for majority. And you are literally imposing everything on this country and you expect them to accept it without question. The legislative branch talking about Steve, as we speak, the 3 F1 representatives, these guys, this so-called majority, have written in to record these people and F1 have rejected that.
Yeah.
In front of that one way, memories, and of course this guy of Venus. F1 people inviting them to the upcoming meeting. That's how much the international community is marginalizing these people and indeed embarrassing this country continuously. But because these people, the desperation for power, they're not going to stop to this. Look, see, people are looking at this from the surface. This is what's going to happen in 2029 if there's a winning party. This is about the government. They're telling you that they will not accept any result of victory for them. That's how much they want to impose themselves on this country.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abraham. Thank you for your point. That's a valid point. That's the next point I was going to bring up. We'll close up here. To Monk and to Sekou, quickly to you guys, just so you're aware, it's interesting how these same guys from the quote unquote majority with their own recognized speaker have written ECOWAS to recall these people that were nominated or that were submitted to ECOWAS under Fanatikova's leadership. ECOWAS said no, they're not recalling these people. They will keep these people and they will work with them because they're the legitimate and legal and constitutional people that they know. Whatever you guys are doing over there, they consider it as unconstitutional. So this thing look like it's taking a different trend. Monk, what say you before we go to Sekou quickly before we leave the radio for the rest of the day? I know we're out of time, but let's squeeze it in quick. Monk, what say you?
Steve, that's why I said in the beginning of the show, I said when it comes to any protocol, international body, they will recognize Fanatikofa. But when it comes to the day-to-day function of the government in Liberia, the person that runs the show is the one with the power. The majority of black never remove Fanatikofa because they want to be seen as legitimate. For them, it's all about the power. And you know one thing, you see, people when they listen to Yeke Koluba, I pay attention to Yeke religiously. Yeke, you may not like his presentation, but most of the time, more than 90% of what Yeke can say will always come to pass. And one of the courts said it right. The Supreme Court said never did any justice. Fanatikofa prayed for 6 counts. He gave 6 counts for he filed 6 different irregularities. Okay, Steve, I can tell people I'm not smart. I will not consider myself to be smart. But the one thing that I know, I'm not a fool. You can't just fool me easily. This Supreme Court, ever all you care about any form of legitimacy, they may file 6, they may pray for 6 separate counts to look into. You never address one. At the end of the day, he had to come back to you to come about a bill of information. So the people who said that he won the case and the Supreme Court reversed, like, what are you talking about? If Fanatikofa being a lawyer, if he will go back for a bill of information, it means he himself confused. That's just what that action meant. And one of the guys said it was all about inflating the budget and about power and control, because at the end of the day, like Yeke said, all the money moved into the committee room, and the president who will put people on the committee will have more. Don't forget, under Fanatikofa's leadership, it was the same complaint that the majority black filed, how he took a budget from 1.4 to 5.8 million. It's the same thing. So when you take a step back and you look at the entire process and put all the pieces together, it's about power, it's not about legitimacy. It's all about Joseph Boga getting leverage. He could care less about the international community. And it's all about putting more money in the budget and positioning themselves for 2029. Because everything Fanatikofa did, that what Richard Kun is doing exactly. It only come to recognition who is legitimate, but Joseph Boga care less about legitimacy. And that's exactly what you see happening, my brother.
Thank you. Let's go to Sekou before we close the show for today. And then we'll hear from Mona and Monk and Melbourne, who will let us know what. Okay, since Sekou's not ready, let's go straight to Mona. Mona, what say you? They made a call, they say they call Equa the road, and they say the people who they send there for Liberia, who Fanatikofa send there that time, they say they might record the men and send them back. Equa say we're not doing it. We're not listening to your illegal. You don't know what you're doing. That only Joseph Boga can take order from you can work with. What you say? Mona?
Still the boy, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A boy, right? Because they know like bro will cause our own problems.
Okay. Melbourne, quickly to you, before we call it off for the day. Quickly, Melbourne, it can be recalled that ECOWAS sent a delegation to mitigate the situation.
Very well, coming.
And
you guys refuse to listen to me.
Yeah.
So now ECOWAS is taking a stand and saying we're not recognizing anybody or anything that comes from in your thing that you did. So Melbourne, what you saying now? The country get funny face or Jeremiah? Who get funny face? Who get funny face? What is going on?
Yeah.
So Steve, before we go, I got some announcement to make, man. You guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Kana.
Go ahead, please.
So it's about the planned conference meeting, Zoom conference we plan to do for the group, the political action group that we created We plan to have done it today, so we're not going to do it today. We got a lot of pieces to put together,
Mm-hmm.
so we're going to postpone it to next week,
Okay.
so we can get everything together. So we just want everybody to know the meeting will not happen today. Um, that was one of the reasons why I came on the show today. So just to let
Right.
everybody know, we'll do it next week, Saturday.
Thank
And
you for the
then,
update.
and then yesterday
Mm-hmm.
we were looking for $211.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we left, we didn't have $35. But when we left, two people sent money. The two
Okay.
ladies, one somebody said $50, and then at night somebody called me and asked, "Secret, did you guys get the money you wanted to get?" I said no. That person said $50 too. So $50 plus $50, $100 plus $35. So I'm not sure now.
That 135. More kind
Yeah,
of money.
so how much will we sure? How much we still need to get it to
Yeah.
11?
How much? How much you want to? I mean, Jackson, like little or what?
We wanted to 11.
75.
No, but you know, don't put our money very short. Leave it with
Yeah,
more.
make a calculation because I don't know how much I want to.
Huh?
Leave it with more. Because now you can bring that perfect key man.
What is it?
Leave the money with mom.
No,
Jelly
no,
that
the
money
person I'm not talking inside. They 1 year. My family said no comment.
Neighbor, my man, I don't want to see my talk. Wait now.
From Boo, right?
You want me to? You want me to find you and your partner?
Mr. Kane, let me tell you that someone says that don't remain. Let me tell you what Melbourne said it was 85. And I said that perfect key man. You know, yeah.
The guy, I swear, but man, 20 years.
Everybody, thank you, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
someone
so
said me.
we still need $76, man, before we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, so Melbourne react to the thing now to the question I asked you quickly while we were waiting.
Yeah, so quickly before I even react, let me tell some of our people back on that same number that some of you call on, or maybe that you want, or maybe that you try to call on, and maybe you didn't get through. It is in WhatsApp number. Just say hi to us on WhatsApp, and we're going to add you in the group chat. Okay, about the movement. Okay. So when you're there, then you will know. So back to that. On a very serious note, Steve and all of our panelists and to all Liberians. Liberia may likely be having a terrible phase out there, and that will be bad for us. Let me be frank. What are rescuers? Some of you who are following, or whether you like it or not, if you don't have good rapport out there with other people, especially coming from the speakership or speaker Wahala, it'd be too embarrassing for us as a country. They say ECOWAS came here, beg these people, say no, we'll beg you for the sake of the country. This country just from war, and the people are struggling. You put yourself together, even if you don't want this man, nobody supporting Fadikova or nobody forcing Fadikova on you people, but you do the right thing. That what the Liberian people are saying. The people say ECOWAS, they were bluffing. ECOWAS people, they didn't leave us. Oh, you read the same people that you inform that they should leave from your house. You're not informing them that, please, we get strangers and we want you to host the street. Who does that?
You might heard it.
Who does that? So for me, I feel it's just starting. And let me be frank, more will come until maybe the president can take his own actions and see how best to put things under control. I think they will go bigger than ever before. And it's shameful, it's embarrassing, and it is disgraceful for our country. Thank you.
Me and my party come here.
Yeah, where your party comment?
Okay, it was a good show as always. We will not stop talking when it comes to Liberian business. We'll keep talking because we know that one day Liberian get better. And let me say hats up to all our supporters, callers, listeners, well-wishers, sympathizers, and so the Sktv will take a weekend break on Monday. Until then, I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful week. And Muna Lagri, goodbye.
So Muna, you said we'll see your face on Monday, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, by God grace, because I'm going through a real treatment thing. I was sucking lime, vitamin C, all of that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
well, speedy recovery, Mama. We look forward to, because when I get into it, many men asking me why we can see the moon face. So many men see your face, they were interested, but when they start seeing your face, they're looking so kind of look at that part, please. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, we'll discuss that one.
I know, right? We discuss it behind the scene.
I won't be disciplined socially. I won't be the Melbourne who were there.
On a very serious note.
Yeah, but Monk, what say you want your parting comment quickly?
Well, my parting comment is like the politicians in Liberia, they have figured out that when it comes to getting pressure from the international community or any regional body, it does not carry too many weight these days, so they can just do anything domestically. There was a reason why ECOWAS came to Liberia and told them, you guys got to get your act together. ECOWAS never came to Liberia to take a side because they know that the domestic politics. But when it comes to the international protocols and standard, ECOWAS, the regional body, they will always recognize the legitimate speaker, and the legitimate speakers remain Fanatic Kofa. Whether you like it or not, that's just the reality. The only difference is when it comes to the day-to-day operation of the government, he cannot do government business. That's the one thing that I know. And you can remember the same thing with the Nancy Doe kid, right? When they filed a lawsuit, our government refused to follow the ECOWAS recommendation and amend it because they don't care. Look, let me tell you something. Those guys, they know exactly what they are doing. They don't listen to what Syrian Allen told you. Say, I've been on sanction for 30 years, ain't changed nothing. My life still goes on. That's exactly what happened in Liberia. And at this stage, I will say it again before taking my leave that Joseph Boaga is not interested in appeasing the international community. He will do things transactionally until he leaves power, and he could care less about the repercussion for the international community or any pressure coming from overseas. Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Mr. Ghana, any last word from you before we call it a day? Then we'll turn it over to Melbourne, who will then close the show.
No, Steve, I'm good, man. You guys are the best, man. I enjoy the show.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you so much. I know we're meeting later.
$76 left to complete. Can you imagine that we're not even doing our regular Friday? We're not meeting our Friday benchmark. That's bad.
Mama, it has been rough, man. The people not been doing anything, and trust me, I've been doing a lot from Paki, man. A whole lot. You know what it is.
All right, I will cover over the $76.
Oh, you will? No, more. Let's put it try, man.
Well, from what
Come on now.
From what I can say, this is where sometimes people can get very mean and say I can be a little too straight or radical. We'll close the show because we are not next week. I'm not sure. Yeah, because let me tell you something. If the people not want to come around, we stay away too. We're not coming around. So every action there's equal opposite reaction. I see Melbourne facing a failure, but I want. Folks, let me say my own quickly. Let me say this. Lemon said and Sekou said, if you want to gain certain things from the international community, part of the reason Ellen attracted a lot of foreign direct investment, there are certain rules you got to play with or you got to play by. If you refuse to play by those rules, don't expect anything and don't complain. If Joseph Boaga wants to play local politics and just want to remain local, that's fine. But that means Joseph Boaga government going nowhere. They will not get nothing. They will get small chicken here from IMF, 100 million, 114 million, 50 million, 30 million. It's like drip in the bucket. It can't do anything. If you want to attract serious-minded people, do something unusual. Follow the play. You see that picking in Burkina Faso? They picking there's something unusual and drastic. The same thing Ghana new president is doing now. Setting strict rules and regulations to follow. Now 1 year after you now beg your people then to say them declare the asset and say they can't declare it, then you say you can't run some kind of Bagwati scam and you think everybody will fall for it that you suspend 450 people. But the same people who you suspending at the same time people like Eugene Fagon and other people saying, but they already declared the asset. So that means they're saying you lie. You suspended them for no reason. So, when you do it like that, you make yourself a little funny. So we're appealing to the president. We're saying to the president, please do what is right. And in doing what is right, Mr. President, you must apologize to the Liberian people for your statement that you made. It was not presidential. It must be recalled. And we're not going to forget about that. Every time we come on the show, we try to remind you. Because when that time comes for us to act on it, When that time comes again to remind you that you said these things, you made these pronunciations, we'll remind you. We're telling you behind a horse, apologize and retract that statement. You now won't stop. You now won't do it. You're playing hard more, you're jumping around. We're telling you again, retract that statement, Joseph Boakai. When you get back to Labrador, I saw Joseph Boakai ECOWAS place there. Melbourne, maybe I can send you the picture. I don't know what again. He not even know what is going on.
Steve, Steve, is there don't know what is going on?
Oh, that one will come to a Melbourne. Joseph Boakai doesn't know what is going on. They showed him something to ECOWAS in the parliament there. They were doing something. Joseph Boakai is as clueless as it gets. The scene where the other day, remember, they tell him to go speak to the player. He thought your time going to go home, and you were telling him where to go home. They had to tell him, they said, no, Papa, go talk. They said, go home here. School now over here. Go talk. So, Melbourne, it's up to you now. What say you before we leave?
Well, so that's it, my brother. Let me say thanks to all of our followers, our viewers, and those of you who always support the SKTV. We are encouraging you, please. You know, the media is here a challenge, and let me be frank, the politicians, live with them. They don't even want for us to even be on the airwave, but we are here for Liberia, and we are here for all of us as people for Liberia to get better. So whenever we come here, we know that some of them, they are angry. They don't want to even hear us because they want their deeds. They want all of the bad things they're doing for it to, to continue to be in some kind of a corner or in hearing when nobody going to talk about these things. So again, thanks to all of you, and did impasse at the lower house. If you continue like this, I think the president will be scoring 0 when it comes to the rule of law. So thank you, and thanks to all of our followers.
Yeah, Melbourne, we'll leave it up to you.
Yeah,
Melbourne, we'll leave it up to you. Take care. Have a good day, folks. Melbourne will turn the show off. Melbourne, it's on you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and good night to all of our people. And let me see how best. All right, so okay, good. So good night, folks, and have a very blessed day. We'll see you on Monday by the grace of God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise from them. The welcome and life we have here.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And you say no money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The world with my life we have here. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.